Hi there guys, I hope everything is going well. This is my first video in many months and I know some of you have been dying for me to release some new videos. I just haven't had any time at all. I bought a boat in the spring and I've been out boating in the Stockholm archipelago a lot and just haven't had as much time as I had during winter. I'm probably gonna try to release videos now and then, starting today, because I think it's kind of fun and also productive for myself, going through the previous day's trades and also planning the next day's trades. So let's start with my current positions and yesterday's trades. So I'm long GoPro since earnings day, and well, I think it can go to 11, 12, 13 or something. Just gonna trail my stop. ESIO, actually really good earnings. It sold off on earnings day, gapped up and sold off, so I took a bit of a loss on this day here, and now yesterday took out the highs of these 2 days and I got in some because I think the earnings are really good. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing goes to 15 in the next few months or 15-ish. XXII, I've been long since last week. I bought it here. If you look at the 60-minute chart, I bought it when it broke $2 here, or 201 I think it was. And yesterday, unfortunately, I thought this thing was gonna go to 3 or something, 320 yesterday. So I actually bought this breakout here, or I anticipated, like I bought this little consolidation break here, and then it crapped out and I took a loss near VWAP, and I think I took like a $2,500 loss on it. So that was a failed trade. IRBT, I've been long a couple of weeks now. I bought it on earnings day in this 101 area. It gapped up a lot, sold off, and then it rebounded. And I bought it on the rebound. I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing go up another 15, 20 points or something before next earnings. LL, I've been long for a while. Also, I bought it here on the earnings day, somewhere in the 31 area, and I added somewhere in the 32s. Sold some, and just I think this thing can go to 40 plus. It's a turnaround story, pretty much. As you see, they had a big run, got beaten down, and now then their numbers are getting better again. Big beat and sales, same store sales up 8.8%, which is just a ridiculous number. You rarely see those kind of numbers. Let's see. Mayok had some really good data. I bought some. I didn't buy enough. What I did, I bought on the highs of the first 1 minute candle, and then I bought on the highs of the first 5 minute candle. And I usually buy on these gappers that have good news. I usually also buy on the highs of the first 30-minute candle, but this thing was up like 25% from my initial buys. I just couldn't add up here. I just couldn't do it. The stock was already up like almost 80%. I just couldn't do it. So I was waiting for a dip the whole day. Never happened. They announced an offering after hours. It's gonna go higher. I'm gonna show you some other ones like Kala. This one also gapped up on big volume and good data, or they had some kind of a deal. Went up 185%. Pierce, like I traded all of these on the gap ups. Pierce, another one, went up 60%. AKBA. This one was a bit choppy, but went up a bunch. VRTX, look at this, up a lot. There are a few more from the past year. I just don't remember them right now. So I think this Mayok, you look back a couple of months from now, this is gonna be at 50 or something. They do have. I think they have another set of data coming soon. I just need to read through all this text. I can't do it right now. So just to be aware of that. Tiva tried to play the bounce, didn't work. I tried it here near the open, took a loss on it. Then I actually caught it. I bought it on this range break here, had a nice move. It's only sold tiny, and then I just turned it into a loser. Put the stop at the lows, and yeah, my entry was here, and I ended up taking a loss on it after being up nicely. So that was unfortunate. But this is gonna be this is my main watch for today. I think this thing has a $2-3 bounce coming intraday or multi-day. And if you can find a scenario where you can risk, say, 20 cents or 30 cents to make $1 or $2 or even $3, that's a good risk reward. It's ultra liquid, so you can do any size you want. I like the trade. It's down pretty much 40% in 3 sessions. And I think there's gonna be some kind of a bounce. MYL, same trade pretty much, not as beaten as Tiva, but I tried it. It was so choppy intraday. I only did tiny size, took a small loss on GBTC. I shorted this one on the bounce here into VWAP, shorted 200 shares, but then it reclaimed VWAP, then closed kind of strong, so I covered most. This still trades at a premium to NAV or premium to Bitcoin, and I think, well, it depends on what Bitcoin does. Right now it's on a multi-day run, but if you start seeing this Bitcoin keeps going up and GBTC is not going up like it did here, Bitcoin had a big run, multi-day run, GBTC the same. I shorted in this day, had a nice trade on it. Then Bitcoin took out the highs here, went on another run, but GBTC didn't. It couldn't run, so it showed relative weakness. So that was a really good short for me. I was really high conviction because I knew if Bitcoin just started to show some weakness, this was gonna tank, and it did. So this is what I'm looking for pretty much. I'm looking for relative weakness in this GBTC. My stop on this 50 shares is at 550, and any kind of weakness, I will short it. I think this thing has a $50, $80 fade in it. Personally, I do hope this thing goes to 650, 700, something crazy. I'm probably not gonna trade it long, but that's the plan. VSTM, I bought it. I sold it before it closed because I thought this was gonna report earnings and also report some kind of a pipeline update or data after the close yesterday, but it didn't. They moved the earnings up to 14th of August, and I didn't see that. And they have data coming mid-August, so they're probably gonna release that data when they release their earnings, which is August 14 AMC. So since there's a week there left, I'm gonna try to get back into it, see if we can get a little bit of a run up, because this short pattern is just ridiculously good. So I'm gonna try to get my position back and see if this thing can have a run up to, I don't know, low mid fours or something. Okay, so those were the current positions, and yesterday's trades. Let's go through today's watch list real quick. BSTG, just stalking it at good volume. Some I don't know if news were kind of good, I guess, but it's probably a spin. It reminds me of NVCN. NVCN is my biggest trade ever. Had some really good news, kept up and didn't really go anywhere. And then the next day, took out the highs and went on a ridiculous run. Was a beaten down, low price biotech. Kind of reminds me of NVCN. Also beaten down, not as beaten down as NVCN was. But heck, who knows? This is something you can risk 3-4 cents to make 30-40 potentially, or even more if volume comes in. Just stalking it. I'm probably not going to trade it. EFII had a big bounce yesterday. Just looking for a quick short on it. If he has a ridiculous move out of the gate, let's say it goes like 31 or something, maybe there will be a quick short in it. Millen, just probably not gonna trade it. I'm probably gonna focus on Tiva bounce. CYNE, probably not gonna do anything with. Just see if I can find a tight setup late day or something, or midday. Maybe it wants to fill the gap a little bit of a tight setup, then the risk reward could be worth it. Some longs, MGTI is pretty much a fraud, but it's a cryptocurrency play, and cryptos are really strong right now, especially Bitcoin. So I don't know, maybe could have a move. Probably not gonna trade it. VSTM again, trying to buy it on the dip. ICHR stopped on the rising 150-day moving average. Maybe there will be a swing trade in this thing back to 22 or something. Square, really good earnings. Kind of overextended right now. Hopefully it goes sideways more. I played it on the news on this day here. Had no follow through, took a loss on it. Just not really. I'm probably not gonna trade it. It just acts really weak. X has really good earnings. Also needs to go sideways a bit more. Another one, really good earnings. If it breaks out here, out of this little formation, I'm gonna buy it. This one, I have an alert on it. I'm probably gonna remove it from my watch list. Looks good, super thin, but I think SBLK reports tomorrow after the close. So if this thing moves on earnings, this thing may also move. I like the chart, very beaten down. Yeah, could have a move in it. Not excited at all. FCell had some good news. I don't know. Just stalking for a potential bounce. I know this thing has, they're selling paper every single day, like Dries, but they can have some reflex bounces. Like this thing had a big reflex bounce here. Range expansion, and look at the move, over 150%. TDU trades with TAL and EDU, which are really strong, especially TAL. So, and it's still in the base. So if it breaks out, I may buy it. Axon, they specified they get, it was already known they're gonna release data in Q3, but now they said it's gonna be late September, so it's a bit more specific. And this thing could have a run up into it. It already had a run up back in April. I bought this gap up, had a really nice move, over 30% in a couple of weeks. And it's a big deal for this company. It's Alzheimer's, and it's could be good. UVXY, this is all this on my watch list. Dries, looking for a reflex bounce. I caught a little bit of a bounce last week. I think it was last week. I bought it here. And I think I added here. or I didn't add here. No, I didn't. I should have added, but I bought it here, and you know, big move. Sold it before they close. So these things, they can bounce anytime. Kalani is still selling, but I don't know exactly when they're gonna be finished. And you know, these bounces can be rewarding. Some shorts, GBTs I talked about. PACB up 3 days in a row. If this thing pushes to high fours today, especially near the open, that would be a good short entry. Grub also, I'm looking for strength out of the gate and then potential quick short trade. It's the same on all of these, just short-term extended. If you get some emotional buying out of the gate, I'm looking to fade that, potentially. Or if we get a tight setup intraday, mid or late day, could be a good setup also. So current positions, I already went through these. This one I have in another unrelated account, so not talking about that one. So these are some of the names that have data or are reporting earnings today before the market open or yesterday after the market closed. So I'm just waiting for the numbers to come out on most of these. See if I can find a good gap up trade. FChen is probably the most exciting one. It's up over, yeah, around 50-60% in after hours and pre-market. Really good data, just like MYOK, but it doesn't have neglect like MYOK had. It's up like 100% past 8-9 months into this data, so not sure about how much follow through it's gonna have. It's already a big gap up. We'll see. I'm probably not gonna trade it, and if I do it tiny size. It's just a big move into the earnings and now on the gap up. Would have been better if the stock was here in the teens or low 20s and then gapped up 50%. That would have been a better scenario, but it is what it is. So that's it for today.